Hey, True Believers. Chris Met coming at you with New Mutants number 100. And this was the final issue. And it's double-sized, and it's an absolutely awesome read. Now, if any of y'all watching have a first printing of this book, which is the purple cover, for sale at a decent price, let me know, because I'd really love to get one. This is a third printing, which is the white and silver, and I guess the second printing was gold. But I'd really like to get that purple cover first printing. But at least for the time being, I actually have the book and can enjoy it. It's not a reprint, it's part of the original run. Let me get the cover open because it's giving me crud. So last issue, we went over 98 a while back. That's when Sunspot left, and Shatterstar ended up on the last page, and Feral kind of entered the, the complex, which is the New Mutants at this point are living in the underground bunker of the Xavier mansion. And so there's an alarm. So right off the bat, you're introduced to action. And I like how, as they're going to find out what's going on, just right here in casual conversation, Cable looks at James Proudstar and says, "James, if you wouldn't mind, and welcome to the New Mutants. You ready?" So Jimmy Hudson, Warpath, this is when he joins X-Force. That's what this becomes. And as you remember, last New Mutant 16 that we went over, he was part of the Hellions. So I'm hoping to go more into that and see kind of Jimmy's movement away from all that and how he kind of gets sucked back in. And then you turn the page and you get a gorgeous splash page of Shatterstar just ripping it up here in the Danger Room, I believe is what this is. And this is called The End of the Beginning. Print date was April 1991. People working on the book is Rob Liefeld, plots, pencils, and inks. Fabian Nikizia, script, words, and hair loss. Joe Rosen is letters, calligraphy, and eye strain. Brad Venkata, colors, hues, and passports. Bob Harris edits, zookeeping, freelance whipping. And Tom DeFalco edits and chiefs, cannolis, and two fists. I know I've said this so many times, but I miss when the Marvel editors made you feel like you're a part of the joke. It was just something that really kind of resonated with me and I wish was still done to this day. But yeah, I love how just Shatterstar's in here ripping it up, thinking these are, bad guys. And so everyone's not real sure what to do. So Warpath jumps in to take him down. And Shatterstar doesn't go down so well. He thinks these are Mojo's minions. And so, Domino tries to take him down. Jimmy tries to take him down. And there's here it is. Jimmy gets a hold of him. Cable goes to attack him, and I like how he just throws his foot up. He's like, "I have a foot too. See?" He just whack, and you see the pain in Cable's face. That should have taken down, a normal man, but these are mutants. They are more than meets the eye. Ha 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 ha. So, anyway, Shatterstar doesn't want to be defeated. He doesn't want to surrender. He's like, "What kind of fool's world have I landed in?" So Sam's trying to say, "That's enough. We've given you every chance to talk. Words are the resort of the weak." Slink brings out his awesome sword and he goes, "I've always let my actions speak for me." So, we've kind of gone back in time. The last X-Force issue we read where Shatterstar's kind of tried to assimilate into our world. And he's still having a hard time, but, he actually selflessly saves that family. As we're here, his first time in the 616 universe, he doesn't know which way is up or down at the moment, so he's just reacting as he would as a survivor. But Shatterstar does not know that Cable is also sort of a man at a time and has been a survivor all his life as well. So it's just kind of a nice little, contrast between these two, because they're both from sort of dystopian futures. So Shatterstar explains about why he came to this universe. He's looking for the X-Men. He's part of the rebellion in Mojo World and starting to falter. So he's like, I came to seek the legendary X-Force, X-Men. He's like, but you don't look like the X-Men that I remember from seeing on video. And I like how Cable, he can be cocky, but he's a master tactician, kind of like Nick Fury. And he goes, no, we're not X-Men, not quite. We're better. And if I were inclined to believe your story, we could more than fill your role. So we let that resonate. We get where Farrell has entered the X-Mansion, and she actually says they work like a family. I wonder what I can do to get them to adopt me, because she's trying to get away from Mask and Brute and the Warlocks, because she doesn't want to be a part of their machinations, which is they want to change the Morlocks to look like humans, go to the top side, and then slaughter everyone. So she's asking for asylum. She says, I'm running away from them. Mask wants to kill me. You have to help me. Please. So before you even get a moment to breathe, we get Mojo's minions coming to Shatterstar's last teleport location. Is a big flippin' fight. And you can tell that this is not the regular X-Men comics that you're used to, because you see the pain and agony on this guy's face. Why? In order to survive, Shatterstar guts himself, gutting the bad guy. And then Cable warns the Morlocks to leave. He's saying, Farrell's under our protection. But Brute won't listen. And bam! Headshot. You didn't see a lot of this in the older comics, so you can tell now that this is a whole new generation. As Cable says, get out. Now. Whew, that's intense. So, you can tell that this is not a normal run-of-the-mill X team. So I like that Cable brings everyone together. He says, we got to leave this location. And I like how Sam says, or Boom Boom says, where will we go, sir? What will we do if we ain't learning to use our powers? You've already learned how to control your powers. Now it's time to start using them. It's time we became a force for change in this world. Legal or not, for what's right. Take Professor Xavier's dream and fight for it. And X-Force, a little crude, but it's got some possibilities. So this kind of reminds me of the end of Ghostbusters 2, when they're trying to find a symbol to take out Vigo. And we need a symbol, something of hope, something of good. And they look at the license plate of Ecto-1 and the Statue of Liberty. It made me laugh, but still, the way that they kind of say how they're going to change and how everything is going to be changing here pretty quick, it was a good read overall. You have to read the entire thing in its context to really appreciate it. But, I like this older 90s artwork. And I really do enjoy the MLF. I thought they were a good villain force. And then, seeing Rusty and Skids with them, because she and him decided to go with them because the government was going to essentially keep them locked up and I think try to kill them too. So I like to see what happens with them down the road. And then, of course, Strife has been introduced in latter issues, but I think this is the first time he takes his helmet off. If I'm wrong, feel free to make fun of me down in the comments, but I believe this is the first time he takes his helmet off, and we can see that he looks like Cable. So it's kind of one of those dun, dun, dun. So if y'all have read New Mutants 100, which I'm sure a lot of us have because it's old by now, the next issue to pick up is X-Force #1. This was the first appearance of the team and how they came together. And there's even a kind of a very poignant moment where Boom Boom and Sam are getting ready to leave the mansion. And they're talking about how it's hard to believe that they're the only two left of the original team. Rain, Danny, Shane, Bobby, everybody's gone. You know, Warlock's dead, Doug's dead. Shin, I can't remember what happened to her. Danny's kind of MIA. Bobby left, and I think Rain just left as well. But, oh yeah, she went to X Factor. Derp. But yeah, kind of a heartbreaking moment. But nonetheless, this has everything a comic book should have. Action, drama, comedy, stakes, suspense, and the formation of an awesome team of characters that we all still love to this day. Speaking of Hasbro, you've given us all of these characters in the Marvel Legends line. When we going to get a Feral? And when we going to get a X Factor Wolfsbane? Those are two that we're all still really biting at the bits. So make it happen, pretty please. But New Mutants number 100. Excellent read, guys. And if y'all are lucky enough and have that first printing purple cover, you are lucky ducks. I found this just by being steadfast and digging, so I'm at least glad I have a copy of this. I'm a kind of a first printing nut when I can get my hands on it. So if y'all have enjoyed this book, please first and foremost support your local comic shop and pick up a copy. If you've enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate if you take a moment to hit like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you could possibly know. And if you won't mind hitting that fancy little X bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys get notified. Come to the channel, and we love talking with y'all and hearing your feedback down in the comments below or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.